Yo, we're two metalheads.
Yes, we are.
I am a Mario.
And I'm James.
Boo.
And
That's really bad.
And I am the new bass player in Slipknot.
Ugh. I don't like Slipknot.
I do.
But that's not what this is about anyway.
No. This is about horror movies.
So,
what movies scared you when you watched them?
what made you dump a load in your pants when you were little? But not at the front, out the back.
Ah. I was hoping this was going to be out the front.
No, maybe another
I
time.
would have totally said The Craft. Veruza Balk.
I don't even remember that movie.
And,
aren't they redoing that?
Nev Campbell, too. Yeah, they're supposedly redoing that. Because Hollywood redoes everything.
Why not come up with something new?
Nobody's got the fucking brains. Nobody's got the ideas. Nobody's got the creative
There's enough books out there to copy something.
Totally.
But
Totally.
So what movie scared the crap out of you when you were little?
Man, you know, I grew up watching horror movies. Like, my mom was always really into horror. And I was always told that it was fake. And I mean, you know, little things here and there would scare me. Like, I always saw all the old Universal movies growing up. So, like, Dracula, Wolfman, Mummy, Frankenstein, which has always been my favorite. I was exposed to... Dude, I remember when The Fly came out with Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And I was on vacation with my parents in Lake George, and I was little, dude. I had to have been like 5 or 6. I forget when that movie came out. It was either 85 or 86.
Maybe something like that. I don't remember.
And, dude, that movie fucking freaked me out. You know, my mom would try to, like, cover my eyes here and there, but I'd be, like, pulling her fingers apart, like, oh, my God, he's fucking puking on this dude's leg. Holy shit, it's great.
We kind of grew up in the golden age of horror movies.
We really did.
Like, the 80s is, like, they started using a lot of the a lot more special effects.
Great special effects, yeah.
And then you had, like, Friday the 13th and Hellraiser and Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yep.
And Halloween.
Yeah,
like there were so many. And Critters, remember Critters?
Oh, Critters was awesome.
There were so many.
Awesome.
The 80s was just the golden era for horror movies. But so if you had to pick one,
if I had to pick one, it's The Exorcist, because I saw that for the first time. That was one my mom wouldn't let me see. She didn't even have it because
there was no blood or anything in that either, right?
No, it's really more of a psychological terror. And
Yeah.
I remember renting that movie from the library when I was like 14. And I brought it home, and I was like, Mom, I got The Exorcist. And she was like, that's going to scare the shit out of you. And I was like, I'm 14. I can handle this. I'm a man. I can handle this. And she was right. She was right. I fucking couldn't sleep that night. I was so fucking terrified of that fucking movie.
What made you scared?
Just the way, like, the scene where they walk in and she's tied up to the bed, and they fucking open her blouse up, and the words "help me" come up in her stomach. Dude, that was just... I'm getting, like, goosebumps right now thinking about that. And the scenes where, like, she's flipping out and she's having the real bad episodes, and that white face flashes real quick on the screen with the giant fangs and shit, that was fucked up. The whole scene with... you know, with the mother walking into the room and she's fucking giving it to herself with the cross. Let Jesus fuck you! And, you know, fucking mashing her mother's face into her bloody cunt. That was, dude, just bad. Just bad. But it was so good that I got, like, addicted to that movie. And I've probably watched The Exorcist close to 100 times in my life since I found it.
Have you seen any of the... I guess sequels or prequels or...
I did see the prequel in the movies, and it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not that none of them have ever touched
that psychological thing anymore.
No, none of them have ever touched that first one. The third one was really good.
I don't remember which one was that. I probably have it.
I forget the subtitle behind it, but it was based off the second book that came out.
The one they were digging to find the temple. Which one was that?
No, that was the first one, I think.
That was a prequel, I think.
Yeah, the prequel. That was the prequel.
Good. That was all right.
But the third one is, in my opinion, the second best one because it's based off the book that came out right after The Exorcist.
I didn't know there was books.
And it followed the main detective who was like working throughout the first movie, and it's really good. It's really fucking good. The second one was horrible. The best thing about the second one was Linda Blair was hot in it, and that was it. The rest of the movie was fucking trash.
When did that one come out?
I think like 2 or 3 years after the first one.
Oh, okay.
So it's
I don't know
older.
if I saw that one.
It's older.
Yeah.
You're really not missing anything. I mean, you're missing Linda Blair looking hot, and that's it.
Wow.
So what about you? What was what's your favorite scary movie?
Well, when I was little, and I'm talking probably 7 or 8, maybe younger.
Knee high to a grasshopper.
Yeah, maybe even younger than that. I slept over at my cousin's house, and he was probably I think 2 years older than me or something. So he probably was not happy about the movie either. But we watched Nightmare on Elm Street. Not the first one though. What was the one where he comes back up in the junkyard? I think it was the third one or something.
I think that's 3. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, I think that's 3.
And he sticks his tongue through the telephone and.
Oh yeah, and licks that bitch's face and everything.
I couldn't
that's
sleep for
great.
weeks after that. That scared the shit out of me.
That's great.
Even if I pick up the phone, he can get me. And he comes back to life. How do you kill him?
He's impossible to kill.
And Freddy was got in your head.
Right.
It wasn't like Jason where it's if I don't go to Crystal Lake, I don't have anything to worry about.
Right.
But Freddy, you go to sleep. And you're
exactly.
Dead. You're
and
dead.
you can't avoid going to sleep.
No, you can't stay awake. Everybody tries it in the movies, and it never works.
They'll drink fucking gallons of coffee and fucking take no-dose pills
speed.
and all that shit. Yeah. Sniffing lines of blow and shit.
It never works.
The second one, I always remember the second one.
The third one was the Dream Warriors, I think. And he turns that chick into the cockroach.
Yes. The second one, it's funny, looking back on it now, because I think 2-3 years ago I bought the DVD of it so I could have it, and there's so many homoerotic overtones in that movie.
I never even noticed, really.
Because it's really all about this group of guys, and it's there's scenes where they're sitting in the room talking to each other almost naked, and there's just this whole homoerotic thing going on in the movie, and it's just a little weird. There's the scene where Freddy comes out of the dude, he fucking busts out through his chest and all that, and that's great. But then the rest of it's wow, this feels like a gay Budweiser commercial. Those were all great, though, man. I love the Friday the 13th movies. I liked...
And you want to talk about metal? Dokken did the song Dream Warriors.
Dokken on Dream Warriors. Awesome. It was great. I liked the remake with Jackie Earle Haley.
Was that the
newest one? No, the brand newest.
I didn't like it that much.
No. I mean, it wasn't terrible. It was better than some of those mid Nightmare on Elm Street ones where they got real cheesy.
Well, they started getting campy after a while. Where he was like a comedian almost.
Right. The one with the deaf kid.
With the Q-tip, he sticks it in his ear.
But he's behind him going
but at the same time, you're yeah. And he's playing the puppet master with one of the kids in the traffic.
Those were
it's totally worth watching, though.
Yeah. No, it's great for a laugh.
Yeah.
I was like Jason just a little better.
Me too.
Because Freddy is a pedophile, and that kind of doesn't sit right with me.
Nah. But it's cool that they burned them, but then at the same time, he's going after their kids.
Right.
Which is... nowadays, I don't think you'd be able... I think too many people would complain about that. Everybody's so pussy nowadays.
Well, they did the remake, and I guess because a lot of people hated it.
They made it a lot more clear in the remake that he was a pedophile, I think.
Yeah.
They didn't really make it... They didn't really make it clear in the original movies that he was actually doing anything to the kids.
In the first one, more than the ones after.
Yeah, but not... They made him seem more like a child killer.
Right,
not
as opposed
to... he was touching kids.
Exactly.
Which I guess made it a little bit easier to deal with.
True.
The kid touching things is just...
Creepy.
Maybe that's why the newest one kind of was
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because it kind of brought the pedophile thing more to light.
Yeah, it kind of made you hate him more.
Yeah.
Or in the other ones, it's kind of like you're rooting for him almost.
Right.
Kill those fucking kids, But the new one, it's this guy's so...
Jason is just great because he's the best cock blocker of all time.
Yeah, you can't have sex in any of those or you die.
You want to see Jason? Just put a guy and a girl in a room, give them a joint, and tell them to fucking start blowing each other. And it's just, here he is.
Plus, and Freddy versus Jason, Freddy doesn't win. You know, Jason walks out with his head,
but he's still alive.
Yeah,
he's still alive.
Which meant that they were probably going to make another one. I don't know why they didn't.
It's been taken
Did
forever.
They do it? No, they didn't do another one.
No, there's been rumors for years, but it's been taken forever.
They were talking about Michael Myers being in one of them, which Michael Myers always confused me a little bit.
Yeah,
because he wasn't really.
He was a mental patient.
But somehow he almost died in every one of them,
and always came back.
Yeah,
they cut his head off.
The son of pure evil.
Yeah, they decapitated him in one of them.
I fell asleep during the second one that Rob Zombie remade.
That was okay.
The first one I thought was good.
The first Rob Zombie one was good. The second one was
I fell asleep during it. I don't remember most of it.
It was better than that Lords of Salem piece of crap that he put out. That was terrible.
I don't think I saw that one.
You're not missing anything.
Yeah.
Unless you want to see a bunch of old women running around with their tits hanging out, then just don't watch it.
So if you have any horror movies that you want us to talk about, tell you what we thought of them, or whether they bothered us or not, or maybe they sucked, and we'll tell you that your movie sucked.
Yeah.
Let us know, and we'll talk about it. Two Metalheads.